How have we advanced from the Fast and the Furious of 2001, a pretty down-to-earth movie that was essentially Point Break but with street racing, to Hobbs and Shaw of 2019, an action film about Jason Statham and The Rock joining forces to battle Idris Elba's super soldier? The change from undercover cop infiltrates a gang of street racers stealing DVD players to Hercules and the Transporter fight a self-described black Superman was definitely a gradual burn rather than a sudden leap in tone, wasn't it? Welcome to the channel. In today's episode, we'll be showing you 10 glorious moments of Fast and Furious you didn't know. Before we dive in, don't forget to drop a like. And if you're new to the channel, then click on that subscribe button now and turn on post notifications for feeding your curious minds with more content. Number 10. I live my life a quarter mile at a time. Honestly, The Fast and the Furious of 2001 is a reasonably grounded film based on an undercover policeman infiltrating a group of street racers hijacking Panasonic DVD player shipments. Dominic Toretto's slogan, "I live my life a quarter mile at a time," is adopted wholeheartedly in subsequent installments, cementing the ludicrous quotation as a distinguishing attribute for Dom.
I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
Even the most ridiculous and unforgettable line of The Fast and the Furious. In retrospect, Dom feeling guilty for mentally disabling a man after hitting him with a socket wrench is the most ludicrous part of The Fast and the Furious. It's a shameful act for sure, but fast forward to the fate of the Furious in 2017, and Dominic uses his wheelman skills to wipe out an entire squadron of soldiers without blinking an eyelash with an assault of surface-to-air missiles. Number 9. The ESD. Despite being statistically the weakest entry in the series, the ESD, or Electrical Device Disabler, 2003's Too Fast, Too Furious, adds one of the most potent weapons to the Fast and Furious myth. These rifle-mounted car bullets, crackling with blue arcs of electricity, will destroy any machine's electrical systems, killing the gas-powered engine in the process. The ESD will shut down a car no matter where it falls, as long as all three of the claw prongs pierce the vehicle's frame. These car bullets are never referenced or used again outside of Too Quick, Too Furious. Despite the police being used successfully to help reel in Roman and Brian, most likely because each chase scene could be terminated with a single ESD round instantly. Number 8. Tokyo Drift takes place in 2015. Han Solo is both introduced and killed in The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift of 2006, as his vehicle is hit by a passing car during a freak drift racing crash, acting as the proverbial Obi-Wan Kenobi of drift racing. Han returns in 2 Fast and Furious films despite his death, hinting that he will finally return to Tokyo to meet his fate after each heist. During Furious 7 in 2015, as we watch Deckard Shaw orchestrate Han's fatal crash, we retroactively discover that Han's death was no mere accident. Tokyo Drift is thus currently taking place in 2015. That means that everyone involved in the 2015 Tokyo Drift racing scene is fascinated with 2006 model cars for some reason, and Twinkie, played by Bow Wow, gets into a fight to sell someone a broken 9-year-old iPad. Number 7. Dominic's detective vision. Fast and Furious, the 4th entry in the franchise, sets off Dominic Toretto's theme of pretending that he's Batman. Seriously, Dom gets a Dark Knight-worthy detective vision from nowhere, using residue and skid marks from a crash site to psychologically reconstruct Letty's murder with ridiculous precision. The only thing Dom got wrong in his mental recreation/hallucination, as we discovered 2 films later in Fast and Furious 6, is that the blast that killed Leto simply blew her clean away from the crash site, granting her plot-convenient amnesia. To be honest, Fast and Furious 6 couldn't have compensated for Dom not knowing how explosions operate. Fast and Furious begins, speaking of impossible physics, with a burning oil tank trailer practically bouncing down a hill. Dom dodge drives under the trailer using exact timing, as if it were a bouncing barrel straight out of Donkey Kong. Number 6. Dom's Last Stand. Brian and Dom know that the cops will soon catch them in 2011's Fast 5, cooperatively towing a 10-ton vault. Dom makes his last stand, forcibly detaching Brian from the safe. Hitting his nos, Dom quickly tows the safe, using drift racing to use the safe as a wrecking ball, demolishing with ludicrous precision the entire corrupt police fleet. The safe was, as it turns out, empty the whole time. So why the rampage and tearful sacrifice? When obviously a NOS tank is all Dom ever wanted, why did the heist even need 2 drivers to drag the safe? While we're on the topic, in the series, Dominic frequently says, "It doesn't matter what's under the hood. The only thing that matters is who's behind the wheel."
The only thing that matters is who's behind the wheel.
I think so.
I know so.
Easy to say for a man who has practically never won a race without using NOS, but whatever. Number 5, Dom beats physics. Riding on top of a tank, Letty tries in 2013's Fast and Furious 6 to remove an anchoring cord. However, the tank suddenly stops, catapulting Letty into a highway void. Dom deliberately crashes into the highway's railing, hanging out from a vehicle's side, throwing himself across the opposite of the gap. What's the law of conservation of motion anyway? Dom catches Letty perfectly, keeping his trajectory completely unaltered as he lands safely on the other side of the highway. Either Dom had to be super massive, or Letty had to be crazy underweight for the two of them to land safely across the distance, considering their respective trajectories, ignoring all of the calculus Dom needed to do to get his entry vector and velocity just correct. It was a lucky shot, says Dom, which doesn't make all of this okay. Number 4, don't miss. Racing out of a parking garage, which was about to collapse, Dom reaches the NOS right as he launches off a conveniently ramped portion of the crumbling building, taking his car during the ludicrous climax of the Furious 7 of 2017 into the close combat range of a circling attack helicopter. Muttering, "Don't miss," Hobbs pulls off 3 accurate pistol shots, detonating the bag to kill the chopper, remembering the tiny bag hanging off the side of the helicopter, hovering at least 30 feet in the air. Brian takes Dom out of the rubble and instantly performs CPR on him before Letty drives him away. Keeping Dom, Letty remembers, treating her amnesia at the same time and resuscitating Dom. That's at least 5 miracles happening over the course of a single action sequence by our count. Number 3, zombie cars. Cypher, played by Charlize Theron, orders her horde of zombie vehicles to remotely hijack hundreds of cars to overtake the Secretary of Defense's motorcade in the Fate of the Furious 2017. Cypher makes it rain after taking the lead and pursuing cars by directing zombie cars in a nearby parking structure to collapse around the armored limo of the Secretary, essentially immobilizing the vehicle in a ridiculously accurate ring of explosions and twisted metal.
Perfect. Make it rain.
The icing on this ludicrous cake comes in the form of Dom, who struts out into the rubble wearing a Batsuit's quick and furious counterpart, wielding a buzzsaw and riot shield. Dom insists that the Secretary of Defense hand over nuclear launch codes to the limo's gas tank, using the saw to cut through. The Secretary complies as Dom ignites a road flare. Number 2, Hobbs is stronger than Captain America. Hobbs must roll in an attack helicopter using a giant chain hooked to a daisy chain of customized cars during the final chase sequence of 2019's Hobbs and Shaw. The tow line abruptly unwinds from its spool, causing Hobbs to grab the tow truck's chain and body. Hobbs keeps the helicopter back long enough to reattach the chain to his vehicle using his ridiculous strength. In no uncertain words, in Captain America Civil War, Hobbs echoes Captain America's similar heroic feat of holding back Bucky's helicopter. In reality, Hobbs' ludicrous strength feat is technically more remarkable than that of Steve Rogers, because Hobbs had to counterbalance the added weight of the metal chain and pull the chopper back physically far enough to rewind the chain around its spool. Number 1, the street always wins. Dom has Deckard Shaw at once in the climax of 2017's Furious 7. After getting the drop on the Cockney assassin, Dom says, "You thought this was going to be a street fight?"
You thought this was gonna be a street fight?
Dom tosses his pistol away while spending his 1 shotgun round. Dom confirms, taking out 2 oversized wrenches, "You're damn right." Shaw breaks off 2 long pieces of scrap metal from his wrecked vehicle to follow in suit. In the entire Fast and Furious franchise, our dual-wielding bald anti-heroes charge at each other, setting off the most insane and glorious brawl. The parking structure starts to collapse after the aforementioned attack helicopter completely misses Dom with a missile strike. Locking eyes with Shaw, Dom says, "The thing about street fights, the street always wins." By stomping his human-sized foot down, Dom punctuates this nonsensical comment, causing the parking structure to collapse exactly around Shaw. And with that, it's time to end the video. We hope you liked our video. Do let us know which of these gave you chills in the comment section below. Subscribe for more content just like this one and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to smash that like button and also press the bell icon to get notified about our new videos. Until then, fellas.